All right, RJ Harris, about ready to play a game of KMA here. RJ, just a sophomore and a totally different team from last year where it was a very senior-laden team. Can you talk about maybe how your role has changed a little bit in terms of not only on the court but off the court as well, maybe leadership-wise?
Yeah, it's definitely changed quite a bit. We had a lot of seniors last year who had a big leadership role. This year, everything's a lot different. In the game, I'm not just a catch shooter like I was last year. I have to get myself shots and my teammates. And then in practice, I've kind of had to step into that leadership role with a couple other guys.
You mentioned how you have to get your own shot at times there. Can you speak to maybe, is that something you could always do, is that you just now have to ramp up a little bit, or do you work on something in the offseason to get that ability?
It's definitely something I had to work on over the offseason. Wasn't the best ball handler, still not great, but got to get better at that so I can get more shots off the dribble. And then when my teammates are moving, I got to move off of them and get my own shots off of that too.
Tell me about this season. I think you're about 500 right now. You've had so many close losses. Other than the two trainer games, I think you're within single digits in almost all of them. So how have you guys been able to just kind of keep your heads above water, positive, I guess, in going into each game?
Biggest thing is we're close games. We got to figure out ways to win them. Biggest thing in practice is finding that new level. We're getting really, really close, but that jump from being just an average team to getting to above average team is really tough. Like our slogan this year is rise up, like all our shirts say. So that's what we're trying to do, is just rise up from those close games so we can win them.
Get a shot of that rise up right there. Your brother's your coach, so explain that dynamic and how that is. I know it's your second year of that, and you've been around him all your life. So what's it like to have your brother as your coach?
It's definitely tough at times, but honestly, he's a huge part of my basketball career and most of my athletic career in high school. He's always riding me, making me a better player, better athlete. So he's always there, making me better. So as tough as it is, it's good.
You've got some other guys on your team that have really kind of had to change the roles and step up a little bit. Can you talk about those guys, a Rhett Welsh and a Blaine Lee, some guys that have really improved?
Yeah, they've been huge this year. They've been banging down low. They always find ways to get the ball, get the board, get in the bucket. That's been huge this year. And then President Groby's, he's always great on defense, and he's starting to figure out how to get to the rack and then getting his shot and getting other people's shots, which is huge.
Well, you're just a sophomore, as I mentioned, so I guess you look at your dad. He was and your mom, both teachers, and your dad and your mom were both coaches, and your brother's a teacher coach. I guess is that where your interests lie? I mean, maybe you haven't even thought about that.
I'm not really looking to go into the teaching field. I personally want to become a doctor and go into the medical field, actually.
Well, a man with goals. RJ, are you ready for some KMA?
Yes, sir.